almost 10 to 9 and I'm running again to catch the train here at Mills Hill. Okay, it's now 8:49, train due in a minute, here at Mills Hill. First leg of my South Pennines Day Ranger, which I need to buy on the train. They've got a very flashy ticket machine, but doesn't appear to do Ranger tickets, so hopefully I can get one on the train. Actually, I can just show you the flashy ticket machine down there, look. Very swish. 08:36 to Leeds via Brighouse. It's running very late, well not very late, it's arriving now, it's 8:52. My train is running 5 minutes late, so there wasn't any need for me to have run the way I did. So this is my train going to Manchester Piccadilly. Anyway, I'll tell you about what I've got planned later on in the video. What am I doing with my South Pennines Day Ranger? I did promise to let you into my details. So I've been doing lots of workings out here and here, not here. This is a map of the area covered by the South Pennines Day Ranger. It covers a huge area encompassing Manchester Victoria, Bradford Interchange, Leeds, Wakefield, Sheffield, Stockport, and back round to Manchester Piccadilly and all the area within there. So what I plan to do is starting at Mills Hill and catch the 8:50 to Manchester Victoria, and then catch the 09:43 to Stalybridge, because I've never been to Stalybridge before, and then I'm going to catch 10:15 from Stalybridge back to Manchester Piccadilly. That avoids me having to walk between Piccadilly and Manchester. Not that I'd really mind walking, but makes it more of an adventure. I'm then going to pick up the 10:43, which will take me fast through to Sheffield, and that's going to take me through the Hope Valley. And the idea is that when I get to Sheffield, I'm going to come back to the Hope Valley to one of the stations there, because there's quite a lot of freight workings, and I should better pick up a few freight workings there. So I'm going to look to see which is the most suitable station to stop off. I've sort of earmarked Grindleford, but I don't know what facilities are like there, whether there's any shelter, because it's just supposed to be raining today. Once I get to Grindleford, which will be at 12:29, there's only trains every 2 hours on the Hope Valley line. And the next one leaving will be at 13:52, which will take me back to Sheffield. Now, what I do after that, I'm not 100% certain. I may well stay, I may go visit National Trust property, I'm not sure. But we'll have to wait and see. So basically, this plan so far takes me up to 13:52. 9:13 at the Manchester Victoria. I weren't able to purchase my ticket. His ticket machine wasn't working. Train's been delayed owing to unfavourable rail conditions, causing the trains to slip on departing from stations. So I'm now going to go to the superb Manchester Victoria ticket office to get my card, if I can get through the barrier, of course. Day Ranger took a bit of effort. I had to go to the booking office this side of the barriers because I didn't have a ticket, so I can now commence on the next leg of my journey, which is the 0929 to Stalybridge. So 0929 Stalybridge, one stop, Ashton-under-Lyne. This train started from Kirkby. So this wasn't my train. They've just made a shouted announcement to say that the Stalybridge train is now departing from platform 3. More running. Right now, on the right platform now, and here comes the train. So by my calculations, it's only about 3 minutes late at the moment, and I've got plenty of time at Stalybridge. My connection. So good, I like it. Changing platforms, long trains, different trains coming in, all very exciting. Also an adventure. Oh, it's very windy, I don't know if this is going to work. Arrived at Stalybridge at 09:47, 4 minutes late. My next train leaves at 10:15 to take me back to Manchester Piccadilly, and shortly due in is the 9:54 South Pennines Express to Hull, and here it comes. The little 150 on the right hand side is my train from Victoria. 150, what's that, a Sprinter? Nice modern station entrance and booking hall. Oh look, there's details of one of those parliamentary trains, runs on Fridays only, from Stockport to Guidebridge or Reddish South to Stalybridge. One for the calendar. A very pleasant station indeed. Nice little tea bar on the platform. Very reasonably priced. That's the train I'm waiting on Express. At Manchester Piccadilly on time at 10:32, and I'm just going to walk down to the end of the platform to get a shot of the station shed. So I don't think I've ever really seen that before. Hopefully it's not raining. So this is the view of Manchester Piccadilly from the overbridge at the end of all the platforms that leads to the island platforms 13 and 14. Well, no, not really island platforms, are they? They're the platforms that are adjacent to the main terminus, which is where all those passengers are coming from. So the next leg of my trip is the 10:43 from Manchester Piccadilly to Sheffield. This train is running a couple of minutes late, and that train just behind me to my left is the Manchester Airport service. Comes a nice little pacer, and shortly followed by my East Midlands train to Norwich, which is the 10:43, but it's approximately 6 minutes late. Did I say Norwich? If I did, it's going to Norwich, but I'm going to Sheffield. So this is the train that I've just arrived on. It's now reversing back out of platform 8A on its long journey to Norwich. And more importantly, I've got to find the loo. Well, it's amazing what happens whilst you pop into the toilet. This marvellous train has, of PCA wagons, has turned up. What a noise.
Please keep your personal belongings with you at all times. If you do spot anything suspicious, please speak to our cross station team or to transport police. You can also send to transport police on
Quick look at the trams at Sheffield. Or a tram. Forecourt at Sheffield Station. Very impressive it is too, with all these water features all over the place. Train, or at least onto. I'm having trouble finding platform 2C, but I think I've ultimately found it now, because platform 2C is on the same platform set up as platform 5, so it's all very confusing. So I think I'm going to go to Grindleford and maroon myself there for an hour and a half, and just hope it doesn't rain, because it doesn't look like there was much there. Now that train really is on a canter there, it's not my videoing. So here I am at Grindleford. I'm going to do a 365-degree shot of Grindleford. There are some houses here, so I don't feel completely cut off, but it is sort of in the middle of nowhere, so pretty ace. And there's my home for the next hour and a half. Here comes something coming out of the portal. Oh, it's a class 66. This is why I'm here. due at 12:40, I think. Oh, it's a couple of minutes late. Oh, it's a nice bright red one at the end. I like them. It's good when you see a nice rake of those red ones. Excellent. That was the 12:40 Washford Heath RMC to Peak Forest Cemex sidings. Just in case you wonder what I'm going to do waiting for trains to turn up, I'm going to listen to my podcast. And here's one I listen to every day. The Archers. To Liverpool, East Midlands train. Speeding through Grindleford. Here comes the Manchester Airport to Cleethorpes service, 12:57. Wow, wow, wow. It's the 1320 Liverpool Line Street to Norwich, running approximately 5 minutes late. Another Norwich to Liverpool train. You can see I've put all my coats and hats on. I've actually got a bit chilly waiting here at Grindleford. Hasn't been as great as I anticipated, only one freight train. But anyway, no, it's been okay. So I'm not going to hang around here any longer. I still can't make up my mind exactly what to do. I am tempted to go on to the next station, Dore Totley I think it's called, and then catch another train back the other way and then come back again. I don't know, still debating it, we'll see. But it's lovely here. I mean, you know, given it's autumn and it's not sunny, you know, it's good. I'd like to come to Peak District and have a look around properly. Oh, of course, the other thing is the 1352 is delayed by 8 minutes. Practically every single train I've been on today has been delayed for one reason or another. Because it's the train I'm catching. Next stop. Good old Hathersage. So I've gone one stop to here, Dore Totley. I'm going to catch the 1421, I think it is, back the other way, and I'm going to do some walking between stations. But I think the train I'm going to get back is going to run late because the one I just got off is running late. And then there's a junction here. These are where the services come in from the main line up from London into Sheffield, I believe. It's a very helpful information board here. It's got Northern Line network map, and it's also got the Friends of Dore and Totley station and lots of nice pictures, etc., of what the station used to look like, etc., etc. The indicator board says that the train is actually running on time, so that's good. Well, the station buildings now looks like an Indian restaurant, very smart too. Let's have a closer look at the station. Train coming past. Another one of those. Yeah, so one platform. Oh, that poor train's been there for ages now. So here comes the 21, running a few minutes late at 27. Okay, I've arrived at Hope, and I'm now going to try and attempt to walk back to Hathersage, or at least to Bamford, and then go back to Sheffield. So we'll give us a train, but it's getting dark, so I may not make it, but we'll see. So here's Hope. Hope, we can only live in Hope. This one's got a footbridge, but it's not open from the platform. And that's my footbridge. The footbridge is open from the platform. There we go. It's a good view, eh? Marvellous. Here I am, up above the railway. Ah, marvellous views. That must be the quarries where the trains come from. So beautiful, fantastic. Highly recommend this railway route. Just arriving at Bamford, where the first station stop is on my 3-station hike. Crossing the River Derwent, and then I go down this road here, which more or less brings me out at the station. So just walking down the path to arrive at Bamford station. So the next train back to Sheffield is at 15:46. I'm going to see if that one's running, if there's an indicator board. Doesn't seem to, although it's normally inside the waiting room, so I'll go and have a waiting room inside the bus shelter. Go and have a look to see what it says. Doesn't look like there is one. Is there a help point? Can't see one. No. Can't see anything. Hathersage station. This part of the walk I've decided to go along by the main road because it's getting dark. The other option was to go along by the river where it could be muddy, and if it gets dark I could be in a spot of trouble, so not much fun walking along here. Well, actually it's fine. Right, so I've arrived at Hathersage and there's a sign to the station. Damn, I'm one day early. That would be really interesting. Well, I've made it to the station at 4:05, so plenty of time. Looks like the station was more significant than what it is now, obviously, and all I need to do now is be assured that my train, the 16:46, will be a bit later than that I guess, is running, because I need to catch a booked timed train at 17:38 at Sheffield. And if this train is running on time, I'll get to Sheffield at 5:06, enough time to have a nice pint in the Sheffield tap. Right, so as a bit of good fortune, the 15:46 is delayed by about 20 minutes. So I'm going to be able to catch it, so I don't need to worry about missing my connection now. Well, as the gentleman said, it's got to arrive, so it's got to arrive. But they have just announced it, so that's good. So I better have more than one pint in the Sheffield tap now. Although I might actually take another train trip. I might go to Barnsley or something.
Yeah. You might feel really miserable.
Very bright lights. Right. All aboard for what could possibly be the last leg, but I doubt it, somehow. Let's back at Sheffield. It's quite a well patronated, that's quite a well used train, and now it's got up into sort of the going home times. There's quite a few people getting onto the return trip, so it's good. Right, I'm going to go on one more trip, quickie, just to bag another station, but I do want time in the Sheffield tap, so I think I'm going to go to Meadowhall, straight there, straight back. So just one last stop before I go home and have my pint at the Sheffield tap is Meadowhall Interchange with the shopping centre and the tram line. So this is the 1648 back to Sheffield. It's going on to Brislington, I think they said, and it's running a couple of minutes late. Should get me in at 5 o'clock at least, which is a few minutes earlier than it would have been had I caught the train I anticipated catching at Hathersage. So all in all, a successful outing. Well, as long as my train to London runs. So, the promised pint. Delicious.